Hello, and welcome to the California Department of Public Health Radiologic Health Branch's Guide to Completing the RH313A Training and Experience Form. This video will use the Authorized User form. However, a similar format is used for the other training and experience forms. Please follow along at your own pace. You may pause and resume the video at any time. This is an interactive form designed to guide you through the form with the information you provide. Please make sure that you are using a web browser without a PDF plugin that is enabled, or save the file to your computer before proceeding. At any time, you may print the form and complete it by hand. When you first open the file, you'll find that the majority of the form is not fillable. These fields will be enabled depending on the information you enter. There is a Reset Form button on every page of the form if you need to clear the data. Once you authorize the reset, you will not be able to retrieve the data. Please remember that you will not be able to save the file with your information. Please print a copy for your records prior to submitting to the RHB. Before completing the form, please visit the NRC's website for the list of specialty board certifications recognized by the NRC under 10 CFR Part 35. Please remember that all requirements of the board certification must be met, such as the words "AU eligible" appearing on the certificate in order to use the board certification pathway. If you do not meet all of the requirements, you must use the training and experience pathway, which we will discuss later. Let's take a look at Part 1 on the first page. This is the amendment request. This is for the information from the individual requesting the amendment, such as a member of senior management or the radiation safety officer. Please provide the name of the proposed authorized user, the number of the radioactive materials license for which you are requesting this change, the name and title of the person authorizing the request, and the date. After printing the completed form, please sign the required sections. Below is where you indicate the authorizations you are requesting. Please check the boxes next to the authorizations or subsections as appropriate. This particular form is for authorized users for 35100 through 35600. For 351,000 uses, please check the RHB website for appropriate guides and submit the training and experience documentation as specified in those guides. For this video, I will be Dr. RHB, requesting the authorization for 35300, 35400 including SR90 eye applicator, and 35600 for HDR. Let's start filling out the form. My radiation safety officer named Dr. RSO will be signing and submitting this request. For 35300, you may check the box for the complete authorization for 35300, or you may choose any of the subsections. If you check all 4 of the subsections, you're requesting all of 35300, and the 35300 box will automatically be checked. If you change your mind and choose only some of the subsections, the 35300 box will be unchecked, identifying only the specific subsections you are requesting. Moving on, I will check the box for 35400 and also the box for SR90 eye applicator use. And for 35600, I have 3 boxes to choose from, and since I am only requesting HDR, I will check this box only. Part 2 is for the training and experience information. If a proposed authorized user was listed on a California radioactive materials license within the last 7 years for all of the authorizations marked in Part 1, please check yes and enter the license number. If it is a broad scope license, please include a letter from the radiation safety officer of the broad scope license verifying the authorizations and the dates he or she was authorized. If you scroll through the form, you will see that no other field is activated and you have completed the form. There is a Verify and Print button at the end of the form, but I will discuss that later. If the proposed authorized user was listed on another license for some of the requested authorizations, check No and enter the license number. If he or she had not been listed on a license within the last 7 years, enter No and move on to question number 2. If the proposed AU was listed on a non-California license, you must include a copy of that license. Again, if it is a broad scope license, please include a letter from the radiation safety officer of the broad scope license verifying the authorizations and the dates he or she was authorized. Otherwise, please check No and move on to question number 3. Question 3 addresses the board certification for each of the authorizations requested. As stated earlier, the board certification must be listed under the NRC Recognized Specialty Board Certification list. At the time of recording, these are the recognized specialty boards for 35300. If the proposed authorized user is board certified in radiation oncology in 2013 with the words AU eligible, then check yes and skip to the next item. For Dr. RHB, who is board certified in radiation oncology in 2013 but does not have the words AU eligible, I will check No and continue. As you can see, for 35300, I will need to move on to number 4. Before I get to number 4 though, I need to complete the sections for 35400 and 35600. According to the NRC list, both 35490 and 35690 require the words AU eligible for radiation oncology. Since I do not meet this requirement, I will check No for both items 3G and 3I. These authorizations also direct me to number 4. Number 4 identifies the sections that need to be completed for each authorization. For 35300, I will need to answer A, B, and E, then proceed to Preceptor attestation. For 35400, I will need to answer A, F, H, and I, then proceed to Preceptor attestation. For 35600, A, G, H, and J, then Preceptor attestation. If you had answered yes to board certification in question 3, you may not need to complete the corresponding tables in 4A, B, F, or G. These tables will not be fillable if you are not required to document the hours for these training requirements. The sections that you do need to complete are now enabled and are indicated by blue borders. Since Dr. RHB does not meet the board certification pathway, I will complete the tables. Continue filling out the following fields as appropriate. Section 4E is used to document the required cases. Next, I will complete tables 4F and G for 35400 and 35600. We have some additional questions to answer. Dr. RHB had 3 years of supervised clinical experience as required, and a supervised clinical training in ophthalmic radiotherapy. And I will enter the device name here. There is one question left for 35600. Dr. RHB has completed the 3 years of device training, and the training experience goes here. Part 3 is the Preceptor attestation section. Complete the fields and have the Preceptor sign the printed form. After you have completed the form, you may use the Verify and Print button at the end of the form to check if you missed any fields. I'm going to clear one of the required fields to demonstrate this function. The Verify and Print button is to confirm that all required fields have been completed. It does not verify that the information entered meets the training and experience requirements. If you have any missing fields, they will be indicated by red borders. Please return to and complete the fields indicated in red. If all fields have been completed, you have the option to print the form. If you select No here, you may print the form using the Adobe Print function at the top of the Acrobat Reader menu at any time. Again, please remember to submit all necessary documents, such as a copy of the board certificate meeting the NRC requirements, a complete copy of any non-California licenses, and a Radiation Safety Officer verification letter for any broad scope licenses, and submit your request in duplicate. I hope this video guide has been informative. Thank you for watching.